Hi, and welcome to the Dutchman in San Marcos. I am the DISM, and we're coming to you live from the workshop here. So we're continuing the work on the bento box ukulele, actually working on the neck. As you'll see in this episode, I had a few mistakes on the neck, but it all works out to good. That's why I'm building this one first, so when I show the kids I can not make mistakes, but show them how to do it right. I'm also shaping the neck, so you'll see that. I'll show you a quick shot of that. Yeah, let's get this show started. Okay, got crazy with the glue here. So let's get this So learn from my mistakes. I didn't need to put it on here. So we'll get that off. Wipe the sides while I'm at it, so it doesn't freak our jig out. There we go. That's better. This stuff says it's waterproof, but I think it's after it dries. It is washable. So we don't need any up there, just down here. That was my bad. I got carried away with the glue. But here we go. Maybe not want. I don't want to spread this and get it on the sides too much, because I don't want it sticking in the jig. But I'll probably pull it out after it sets up for a few minutes. And then we'll set that guy on there. Get it in the jig and put some pressure on it. And this isn't like, it's not crazy pressure like it'd be a clamp. It's more like just squeezing it together. But enough to keep it all together, so it all glues up as one. So there's the gluing of it. While it's sitting there drying, I'm going to give it a try to get some of this off on the headstock, because it pretty much has got it held for me. So we'll get that cleaned up. And get that all clean. Let me see if I got a little wood block hanging. Okay, while we're waiting for this to dry, I'll set that aside. We'll pull it out in a little while once that Titebond sets up a little bit. And the next part on the neck is the nut. It kind of looks like that. And I kind of want to get the brown off. This goes on the neck right up here. It's actually like a wooden nut for it. So let's clean that up. Clean that up while we're waiting for that to dry. Get that all clean. It doesn't get it totally out, but I kind of like the color. I do want to get those burn marks off. We'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, that came off pretty good. A few more sands. I want to leave it fairly square because I've got to glue it down on that net. Oh yeah, beauty, perfect. And we'll get this side. There we go. That's cleaning up. That's cleaning up quite nicely. Once again, like I was saying on one of the episodes, I got a whole pack of varying sizes sandpaper from the $1.25 store. It's not a dollar store anymore. It's a $1.25 store. So I guess inflation. So, but yeah, fairly cheap sandpaper because then if this starts getting dull, or filled up, you just throw it out. We'll get all the sides kind of even. I keep trying out new stands for my camera, and I had an old pole, which is working out really good for me. So it might look a little different because the first time I put it, I almost dropped my iPhone. I actually had to catch it. And I was like, whoa, I don't want to break that because in order to fit it in the holder of this thing, I have to take it out of its case. I have to take it out of this case. So now if I drop it, it's kind of unprotected. So I think I became a better method using the camera on the back and just kind of letting it sit on the bracket. So we'll see how that goes. So I found out, not this week of the showing, that the Saturday that this actually shows, is the Saturday evening of the Christmas tree lighting, December 3rd. So I'll be recording that when this gets released on Saturday the 3rd. And so then we'll show you that following Saturday. So that's why I'm filming these, to get this more on the way and get it completed. A good thing I'm not giving it out as a Christmas present because I wouldn't have it done. All right, that looks pretty good. Clean on all sides. So we'll glue this on the neck after we take it out of the jig. All right, I was looking at this little, they're calling it a nut, but actually it's more of a guide for the strings, because right here, this is a larger fret than these frets. And what they do is they call this a 0 fret. So this is the actual nut that the string breaks on. And then the string goes over it. And then this is a guide to kind of for the strings to go through. So when I put it up to here, the holes were a little low, not leaving much room to thread the string through. So I just cut a little extra piece of wood. It's kind of thin. See the thin that I got laying around. And then I'm going to glue that in as well to kind of get this wooden nut to go good. So once this gets dry and we get it out of there, we'll hook that up. Okay, let's take out our neck and see if it's holding together. Like uh-oh. See what happened? I'm going to have to peel that apart somehow. My jig got off. So well, I goofed up. So you get to learn from my mistakes. The good part is it's not going to show, because it'll be inside the box. See where the neck comes in. Where the neck comes in there, it'll be inside there. It just pushed these two a little further down. So a little bit of a mistake, but the box will be here. This is what screws to the other part. So that doesn't affect my scale, because it'll still be this length and this length when I tighten those down. It'll just makes this just a little longer that way. So that shouldn't hurt too bad, but yep, I goofed up. I tried. That Titebond's so good, that was only 20 minutes, and I can't pry those apart to fix it. So when I put it in the jig, it was down there, but I didn't have that and that all the way. Can you see that? I didn't have that and that pushed all the way up against there. So when I do the other ones with those kids, I'll definitely make sure that they push those two. I think the wax paper goofed me up. So, and I didn't end up even using it anyway. There's some squeeze out, but man, that's bonded tight. So we'll let that dry overnight. And on mine, I'm gonna round it off like a neck, so it's not so sharp, because that's a pretty thick neck. So it gives me some room to round this off, and I can do that on my belt sander and make it a little nicer neck. So we'll do that. So there's the neck glued together. Now let's get this glued on. Let's get this piece glued on here. And that might have been the reason. I don't know. The weird thing is this still fits really good. That almost fits where you'd want it. So I don't get it. But we're not going to worry about it. It'll still go together. It doesn't affect it on the outside. It doesn't affect the scale. So we're good. We're good. So let me get a little Titebond on here. Hang on, all right, here we go. As you've seen in the previous ones, I made the mistake of this right here, but it all should work out. I have been, as you can see, it was like this, and I've been rounding it off by just putting it in here and rolling it. I won't turn it on because it gets really loud, and then just rolling it here and actually shaping that neck, and it's actually coming out to feel pretty good. So so that'll conclude the DIY this week, and really getting the neck completed, getting this installed. So it's working out well. And I also, just a note, I hooked up my vacuum to it, and it kept it a lot neater. Just a little bit builds up here, but I was able to vacuum it up. So yeah, so there's the DIY on the Bento Box ukulele kit. And we should be probably almost finishing up. I got to decide what color I want to paint it. So if you got any ideas, let me know. And that'll be it. Thanks for watching this week. And as usual, be sure to subscribe. I need more subscribers. Be sure to like this program. Let me know if you would like to see my vinyl records. I could go through, give you a tour of my collection as I have it divided out into different genres. If that'd be something you'd like, hit me up on the comments and let me know. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you next week. Actually, it'll be the Christmas tree lighting and down in the by the Civic Center, where I went down there to busk, and you'll see some familiar shots. And so yeah, we'll see you there next week.